Let's learn another interesting thing about functions, which are the nested functions. The nested function is as simple as we can create functions inside a function in Python. Remember we did before, like for example, nested if conditions, nested loops. Now we can even create nested functions. Here we have a function that called absolute sum. The function is supposed to add the absolute value of all of these variables. I'm defining here, for my personal purpose, I'm defining another function. Observe here we have a definition. Inside it we have a definition to a function. Abs of x, if x is less than 0, return minus x, otherwise return x. So now this function is created and it is hidden from the outside. It is only visible from the inside. Now I can use it very normally. And here I can call it. Observe the following. If you try to call this function from outside, it will not work. If you try to directly access it through this function, also it will not work. So why might we think about creating a function this way? You might think, okay, let's hide it. But as we talked before, or actually we'll talk more about that in the OOB section, Python isn't fan of hiding things. Later we will learn that it's better to just define it outside and append an underscore in the begin, like sending a message for others that please do not use this function. This is an internal function for us. Let's keep going. Given that we defined a function inside a function, now there is a question. What about what I can access from inside this inner function? We learned it before about the local and global and built-in scope. And when I taught you that, I said that there is something called including scope, but I didn't refer to what exactly is an including scope. The including scope refers to the variables available in an outsider or an including function. For example, here the inner function has an including variable which is outer location 1. It has its own local variables. There could be global variables, but if there are some variables available in the outside scope, it is going to use them. So the rule now is it local variable? If the answer yes, use it. If the answer no, the second step is it an including variable? By that we mean, is this variable included in the including function for us? So here is the big picture that we already learned it before, but we are now adding the including case. Python has 4 types of namespaces: built-in, global, including, and local, and the order matters a lot. And when Python see a variable, it tries to search for it. It searches for it if it is local or not. If it is local, it will use it. If it isn't in the local namespace, it will search for the including one. If it is in the including, which means in an outer function for it, it's going to use it. Otherwise, it's going to search for the global. Otherwise, it's searching for the built-in one. We actually call this the LEGB rule for local, including, global, and built-in. So here is one bigger example to administrate all of the concepts together. This is a global variable here, 20, and this is a function outer. It has two local variables, outer local 1, x equal 15. Remember, once you assign a variable, it is a local variable. It is in global, it is in local, it doesn't care anymore. The inner function has its also local variable, inner local, with -5. But it is going to create x equal 7. Now, x relative to inner is something local for me. It doesn't know about this x. Let's make some printing. Inner local. Is it local variable? Yes. -5. Print it. Print x. Is it local? Yes, we have a local version of it. Use it. Outer local 1. Is it local? No. Is it in the outer function? Yes. Use it. 30. Outer local 2. Is it local? No. Is it including? Yes. But observe that it is after the function definition. Does it matter? No. What matters when I call the function, is this variable now bounded or not? Is it assigned to something or not? So observe here, I'm creating outer local 40 and then calling the inner function. So outer local 2 actually has a value at the moment. And finally global. Is it local? No. Is it including? No. Is it global? Yes. What if something isn't in the 4 scopes? The 4th scope would be the length function, for example, the built-in. Then it gives an error. The last thing is, we know that we can, if we would like to to use the global function, we can use it, the global variable. But what if I would like to modify a global variable? We need to use the word global. What if I would like to modify an enclosing variable? You use the keyword non-local, okay? And this is more of Python 3 rather than Python 2. So this is mainly also how can we change them. Remember, if you try to use them directly without such a trick, like try to change them, you will get unbound local error. Refresh your memory about that. We have a nice talk about it before. That's all.